We live in a small town. Everyone is very good friends with each other. Every 4th of July there is a big event by the lake for everyone to see the fireworks show. I remember getting there early in the afternoon with my family because we wanted a good spot to see the show. It was starting to get dark and the fireworks show will begin soon. That's when my stomach started to hurt very bad. It was a type of pain that meant that you were going to blow up the bathroom. I told my parents about the pain and they told me that I was going to have to walk home. I was 13 at the time and it was about a 10-minute walk home. The town was very small and safe, so walking home alone was fine. I started walking on my own. The roads were very dark, so I decided to use my phone as a flashlight to light up the way a little bit more. The pain started to get worse and I had to stop to get a breath for a second. The road was quiet and the only sounds came from nature. A very loud bang made me jump out of nowhere, which meant the fireworks show has begun. I continued to walk to get to my home as soon as possible to use the restroom. Every couple seconds I would turn my head back to look at the fireworks show just to get a glimpse so I wouldn't miss anything, but there was a moment when I turned my head to look back at the fireworks. The bright light lit the road and that's when I saw someone there, far back from me, just standing there looking at me. My heart started to race. I decided to speed walk, trying to get to my house as soon as possible. I turned around again when I heard another firework go off, when the bit of light showed this person even closer to me. I did a full-on sprint. I looked back again when the fireworks went off. The person started to run right at me. This time, for a quick second, I was able to see him. He looked like he was homeless, old clothes with a lot of holes in them, a long white beard, and a crazy look in his face. I cut through the yards and I was able to lose him. I was able to make it safe back home. I had never seen him before, and when I told my parents about it, they thought I was making it up. I don't know where the man came from or what he wanted. I'm happy to have just gotten away, cause who knows what he would have done if he would have gotten to me. I had a big party for 4th of July. I had invited a lot of friends and family over, so the house was pretty full. I own a dog, a golden retriever to be exact, so he will always get the attention from everyone. In the backyard I had a pool, so many people will enjoy swimming. At the end of the night everyone left the house and it was just me and my dog. There was a big mess left behind, but I was very tired and planned on cleaning it the next morning when the sun was up. We went inside and upstairs to my room. My dog would usually sleep with me in the bed and I will always leave our bedroom door a little open because sometimes my golden retriever will get up to go eat in the middle of the night or go pee on a pad that I had in the living room. Once in bed I fell asleep in like 10 minutes, but a noise had woken me up. It was the sound of a splash as if someone had jumped in the pool. I got up to look at the window, but I didn't see anything, as there was always a light turned on by the pool. That was weird. I looked around for my golden retriever, but he wasn't in my room. I walked away from the window and I heard another splash. I ran to go look and I saw my golden retriever in the pool. I opened the window a little and yelled out, "How did you get out there?" He was swimming out of the pool when I saw a ball in his mouth. What happened next made my soul leave my body. There was another ball that was tossed to the pool and made my golden retriever go chase it. Someone else was out there. Someone else was outside my house. I tried to look as my heart was starting to race. It felt like it was just going to jump out my chest. And then another ball was tossed to the pool, but this time I was able to tell where it came from. It came from the corner of the yard behind a tree where it was pitch black. I yelled out, "Who's out there?" As my voice cracked, someone took a step forward from the dark. This person had a mask on, so I couldn't see their face. All I saw was their eyes locked onto mine. I yelled out again in a shaky voice, "I'm gonna call the police right now." The person let out a yell, "Ah!" and ran to my house and started banging in the bottom door. The screaming sounded as if someone was getting killed. I ran to my phone shakingly and called the police to let them know there was someone trying to break into my house. The banging and screaming got louder and louder. I yelled out one more time, "I'm calling the police and they're on their way." The banging and screaming stopped. All I heard was footsteps running away and disappearing into the night. I looked out the window and couldn't see the guy no more. My dog was sitting in the middle of the yard with a ball in his mouth. I waited for the police to arrive, and when they did, we went to the backyard to look around for anyone and to get my dog. The police couldn't find anyone, and they said that they would be driving around the neighborhood to keep a lookout. Me and my golden retriever went back into the house and back to our room. I saw that he still had the ball in his mouth, so I reached to take it away from him. What I found made my heart jump out of my chest. There was a paper that was wrapped in plastic around the ball, and it read, "I'm going to be watching you every night." I told the police about the letter, but the guy has not been found to this day. Every night I look at the window and wonder if he's still out there watching me. It was a happy late night in my hometown. I lived alone and would go to the attic to jump out the window to be able to climb onto the roof and watch the fireworks around me. I will always be on the roof on 4th of July for about 3 hours enjoying the show. That was till when a big firework went off, and a second later I heard a big bang, like if someone had broken some glass. I found it very strange, and it sounded like it came from right below me. I started to think, what if a firework went off by my house and broke a window, because sometimes teens will use bottle rockets and aim at each other. I decided to go back inside and make sure it was nothing. I had all the lights off because I didn't want to use none of the energy, and it would save me a little bit of money towards my bill. When I went back inside through the window, I heard something downstairs. I waited and listened, and was able to hear footsteps downstairs, and it sounded like someone was opening cabinets. I froze there in shock, my heart racing because I didn't know what to do. What if the person had a weapon or wanted to do something much worse? I walked quietly to the door and closed it and locked it. I waited in the dark trying to listen to the person. All I heard was him walking around the house. The hairs of the neck and my arms started to stand up when I heard the footsteps walking up to the attic. I backed away from the door quietly and heard the footsteps stop right in front of the door. The doorknobs started to shake. They were trying to get inside. I took a deep breath and tried not to breathe. In that very silence, all I heard was my heart beating. It sounded so loud I thought the person outside the door was going to hear it too. The doorknob stopped shaking and the person left. I couldn't move. I just waited there for a second, listening to the footsteps walk away. After waiting for a couple minutes, they're just standing in the dark. I heard the back door open and the footsteps starting to run away the house. I waited another 5 minutes to make sure the coast was clear. I got out the attic to go get my phone. When I walked through the house, I saw that it was broken into. Luckily, I remembered I did laundry and my phone was sitting right underneath my folded clothes. So whoever broke in didn't take my phone. I called the police and they came and did a full investigation. They told me that many houses get broken into around this time because families leave their home and they have all the lights turned off. This lets people know that no one is home and it's easy to get broken into. They stole a couple $100 of things, but I'm lucky they didn't find me. The person was never found, and now I make sure to leave the light on or two when I'm not home.